Flosstube.
Hi, Flosstube.
How are you doing today?
It is Wednesday,
March 13th, 2019.
Faith.
Faith, what are you doing?
We got the dog in here with us. Stop it.
Get up, babe. So anyway, here we are. It's been a while.
Yeah, unfortunately, we were gonna film not this last weekend, but the weekend before. But I was sick, like really high fever for over 24 hours. Didn't get out of bed for like a day and a half sick. It was not fun. And I'm still coughing and sound a little ugh. So if I cough, it's like the lingering crap that's never gonna go away, I feel like.
I'm trying to avoid it.
I don't think I'm contagious anymore.
Probably not.
It's been a while.
Yep.
But yeah, so we just thought we'd film a video.
Oh my gosh. Hey. She's got her whole head stuffed in my bag.
Excuse me, your stuff is on my chair.
What are you doing? Crazy dog.
So we just thought we'd film and do catch up, even though I don't have a lot to share because I really didn't stitch for pretty much a week since I was feeling crappy. And Mom's got more though.
I have a little bit.
Yeah. So
if you want to start or do you want me to?
I'll just start with my one thing I have to show, which is my one whip I worked on was my A Nora Corbett letters from Mermaids, and the A is all I've worked on. So I am happy though because I'm getting close to being done with the stitching and being able to do the beading. So she I got her hair started, and then I just have to do her skin and back stitching and the beading. So I think it's coming out pretty good. The never-ending waves are finally done, except for the beads. But that was really all I worked on, and I mean, I made a decent amount of progress on this, but missing out a week of stitching is a bummer. But that's the only thing I think I worked on.
How soon are you going to start the next mermaid when you get done with that mermaid?
I don't know. I think I'll take a break and work on one of my other things.
Yep.
And see where I get on one of those bigger ones. I was thinking about, like, am I a process stitcher or a product stitcher? Like, am I stitching to finish it? Like, I want to see it finished, or do I like stitching it? And I think this, I'm like, I want to see this stupid A finished for some reason. So, like, that's why I keep working on it, because I just want it to be done. And then I'll probably go back to maybe my Sunsets one, because that one, I really like stitching on it. I'm liking the colors on it and everything, so I want to keep working on that one. Go lay down.
Okay, well, my main whip that I have been working on since the last we talked is Dog Lessons for People.
I got it.
By Lizzie Kate, and this is for Melina. I actually have the last word to do, and I had this bone stitched around, but I took it out because I thought it was too dark. So
yeah, it is kind of hard to see.
So I'm going to stitch around it, but with the same color I stitched around the dog with.
Yeah.
I thought that was the color, and then it wasn't the color. So
just I'm going to move this real
quick.
Dog
Lessons for People.
And show you that now she's found a Kleenex to rip up.
Oh, God.
Ay, ay, ay.
Always something.
Next time we're going to shut her out instead of shutting her in.
You can ask Melina about her bunny story and the dog.
Oh my gosh. So Monday, not this Monday, but the one before, I was staying home from work because I was sick. I just couldn't breathe.
Chart.
Oh yeah. And I get up. I'm finally making some oatmeal because I hadn't really eaten all weekend. And I'm like, hey, I feel like I need to eat something. I'm getting back to being a human. And I let her Faith out, and I'm like, sit down to eat my oatmeal, and I look out, and she found a dead rabbit that was in her yard, and she's eating it. I know she's a dog and that's what dogs do, but I'm sorry, I don't really want to watch her eat a dead rabbit. And of course, she never collar on because I usually take it off overnight when she's sleeping. She's out there, I can't grab her. I was like, so I did like a loop with a leash to try to just slip it and pull her in. Yeah, I went out and the noise and the
Crunchy.
Visual of the rabbit eating, I was like, whoo! So I threw up because she was eating the rabbit, and I'm like, the neighbors probably think I'm crazy. I'm running around like, stop eating that, so disgusting, like in the backyard. Like if anybody is home, they're probably like, what the hell is wrong with her? It was disgusting. She ate the whole rabbit. Like my husband,
except for the tail.
Yeah, my husband went out there, and the only thing he found was the tail. It was sick. I couldn't even like look at her for 2 days. It was so bad. I'm like panicking. I called my husband, and then he's a mail carrier. He's out walking his route, and he's like, "What?" Oh, he's like, "Oh, I forgot to tell you, there's a dead rabbit under the porch." I was like, "I know." I said, "No, it would have been nice." Then I called my dad, thinking maybe he could come over and get her because I couldn't deal with it.
And he was at the grocery store.
And then I called the vet, and I'm like, "My dog's eating a rabbit. What do I do?" I'm crazy. So dramatic. But like these dogs always do some shitty stuff when I'm sick. Like whenever I'm sick and I can't function is when they decide they're gonna go outside and be a-holes and do something stupid. The last times I had a fever, my little dog got dug under the fence and was like lost, and I'm sick, like having a fever, I can barely function, sitting out on this was back in Tacoma, but I'm sitting in the street behind our house crying because I can't find the dog. My husband came home and he's like, "What is wrong with you?" It's like they know I'm sick and they're just like, "I'm gonna be a jerk today. This is a good day to be a jerk." I love her. After I got over the whole rabbit
She wouldn't
thing.
look at her because she ate a rabbit, so now I call her Faith the bunny eater.
It was disgusting.
Anyway, I have to tell a story about, not as exciting as eating a bunny story, but my story of this chart. Okay, when I first started this, which I actually started about 2 years ago, and the only thing I had done on it was the word when. Somewhere in here.
I don't even think it was the whole word when.
No, it might not have been. Well, in looking at the word, I said, what the heck was I doing? Because I crossed the stitches going the opposite way that I normally cross them. And some of them were going the totally wrong way as that way anyway. So that was the first thing. So I had to rip that word out and start over. Then was going along fine, except for I screwed up somewhere in this line, and so then it threw off that line, but I just kind of fudged it. And then I also made a mistake somewhere in that line, and then I had to fix a little thing in the next line. Then I had all the D and the L totally done on these, and the gray color that Melina picked that she wanted me to stitch those in it looked really green. It looked like a forest green. It looked horrible with the rest of the stuff. I didn't like it. So I ripped those out and redid them all. Then I got to the very end. I had this whole word done, and I had all of the words done. And this paw is supposed to line up with this paw, and it did not line up because I had made a mistake in the F of the 4, so I had to rip all of that out and redo it. Then I think I'm pretty good down here. It was a little messed up because I noticed on this Y down here somewhere that I'm off on that stitch, but it doesn't matter. It's words and they go up and down, and so you can't, nobody would know it because it's still, you can still read it, but I was just like, Easy, Lizzie Kate, easy, right? Yeah. Well, I've had to rip everything.
But she did change all the colors. We kind of picked them together,
Yes.
and I love how these colors look.
We tried to make the dog look more like Faith colors
which
of
she
the
does.
dog.
But the thing you notice about dog charts is dogs are always in boy colors and cats are always in girl colors.
Yes.
And I don't understand because dogs and cats can also be the opposite gender. And I have 2 girl dogs, so
Yes.
this looks more like my house anyway, but also like with
And
my
more
dogs.
like-
Yeah.
So we changed it all. I don't think there's any colors that are the same. Not sure.
I don't think
I
so.
think we changed them.
So if you're interested in knowing the colors, just leave a comment and we'll
Yeah.
give them to you.
And so that was that one. Then I worked on bobbing for pumpkins. Probably all seen it, but there's the picture. All I had done when was this
Oh, that's pretty good.
part of this grass.
You cover up your face.
And that's good. It needs to see my face. And then I did the shoes and the pumpkins and then added more grass, and that's the very end of the grass down there, but I added a little
Oh,
the
your
grass.
pumpkins look so
Some
cute.
of the grass under the pumpkins.
Zoom in on the pumpkins.
That's all I think in the called for colors.
Yeah.
Except they had 1/2 and I'm doing 2/2 because I just didn't like how the 1/2
And
looked.
you did this for Bendy Stitchy's birthday.
Yes,
Sal
for
B Day.
Michelle, or Bindi Stitchy, Michelle Garrett's birthday Sal was BS birthday Sal, and B for bobbing for pumpkins was that I worked on. And then my thing I worked on the next day was frosty weather. I worked on the snowman, so for the S, snowman. And I got all of the bottom part done. I had the top part done, and I got the snowman. And this chart, though, is very challenging. It has many color changes, and also it has lots of 1/1 mixed in the 2/2, and plus on polka dots. So sometimes when you're counting and then like your polka dot takes up where the white is, and you're like, oh wait, I messed that up. Oh wait, no I didn't. So that was crazy. But I did find a place I messed up, but I'm leaving it in there.
Nobody will know.
So that was my project for the S of that. And then her last day, which was her birthday, I worked on dog lessons for people because it could be something that reminded you of Michelle or something that was stitchy kindness. Mine was stitchy kindness because I'm stitching it for mine. So that was mine.
And I really like it.
Then my other whip is a whip that I work on at Stitch Night, which is our Thursday nights, which we didn't go to last week because Melina was sick.
Yeah, I'm
So I didn't get anything done on that, but I did get a little bit done the last Stitch Night. So I'm working on the scaredy cat. Who's a scaredy cat?
That little cat.
With the owl. So that one's
Looks
fun.
good.
And then that was my only other.
Reaffirm she doesn't like full coverage since those are full coverage.
Yeah, they
even
are
though they're small.
Full coverage, but they're tiny. But you gotta stitch in the whole background too. But it works. So that's all my whips.
And my one whip.
And Melina's whip. I don't have any finishes.
No, me neither.
Or any fully finishes.
I do have another whip, but I can't show it because it's the small that I'm doing for the smalls exchange at the retreat. So I know some of those people probably watch our video, so I don't want to give any spoilers.
That's right.
So I'm keeping it a secret.
Yeah, a lot of people show their stuff, but
We're keeping it a secret.
we're keeping ours a secret. More surprise. So I do have a little bit of haul. I bought this because Melina said, weren't you looking for chicken wire fabric? And I said, yeah, because I have these chicken patterns I was going to do. But this is really beehive, but it could work for chicken wire.
No, I sent it to her when I was still kind of
So
sickly.
I got this from String Theory Needle Arts online. And it does look more like beehive in real life, but you could use it for chicken wire.
Chicken wire is kind of
Chicken
that
wire,
shape.
beehives, or whatever.
We'll
see.
use it for something.
We'll see. But that was fun. And then I got some other stuff from them, but that's from Lena's birthday, so I didn't bring that with me. And then my other haul, which isn't cross stitch related, but it's still stitching, I guess, is I found this Bare Roots little candle mat that I did, the snowman candle mat, and showed that in one of our videos. This one for Easter, and I thought it was really cute, and it came with all the, well, there was another pack there that you could get all the felt and the beads and all the floss, so I got all that too for that, and I thought that would be fun to do, but I'm not going to let myself start that until I get done with dog lessons for people, which maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, and Turkey Bay, which will be longer. So
Both of them?
both of them.
Dang, Mama.
I know. I'm determined. And then Misty Purcell is responsible for this lovely chart that I got, which is these wool applique eggs, which I got from University, EWE, and I would try to pronounce this lady's name. Actually, a guy I know who is Polish told me how to pronounce her name.
Susan.
Wojciechowski. I know I butchered that. He told me how to do it, and I practiced, but I forget.
They're really cute.
But they are cute, and they will be challenging for me. And she also sent me this little cute button.
Sorry.
A little sheep button. And this cute little bird needle threader, which I took out of the
What? Sorry.
package because I wanted to see it.
Get it out again. I can't get it.
And
Excuse me.
you just...
That's cute.
I know. Isn't
Oh,
it
you
cute?
can't really see that on there.
You just loop the needle over the slot in the beak, and then loop the thread over that, and then you have your needle on there, and then it has this thread cutter
Right
in
here.
the neck, which is very sharp. So that was fun. That was a nice little gift that she sent me. I do want to order some other things from her website because she has a bunch of cute stuff. So I really like it. So, depending on how these eggs go, I really like this bird one.
Yeah.
Misty had done this one, but she did it in different colors, and she used beads and sequins and stuff instead of putting French knots, and it looked really cute. So, if you want to go check hers out, it's Misty Purcell. Luminous Fiber Arts is her thing, so she shows it on her video. Then my other, I guess that's all I got that was
all, but
stitching.
she's got some other stuff to show you.
I have some other stuff to show, but I have a Cricut Explorer Air, not the maker thing, but I was making some birthday cards, and I've been getting these cut patterns from Lori Whitlock and Dreaming Tree. They have a bunch of cute cut files that you can get. So I made this card. Actually made this card before, and you're supposed to tie like that baker's twine around it which looks really cute. And I made one of these, but it said to put a rubber band in this part. And what you do is, it makes a little pop-up present. And then you can just fold it down to mail it. And then when they get it, they can just pop it up.
Pop up.
So it's kind of funky, and you're supposed to put a rubber band inside of this box. My problem is the first one I made, when I put the rubber band in there, the paper just bent and didn't. And I was using cardstock, so I don't know, but the paper did not hold the rubber band, it just flopped. So I kept it that way, and then I told my husband, I go, I think I'm going to try and glue a toothpick in there where you hook the rubber band around it, because then that would be something hard so that would hold the rubber band in place. So I did glue a toothpick in this one, and it worked much better. But that was my card, and I made 2 of them, so I figured why not? While I'm cutting them, might as well make 2. Some of these cut files is my issue I have with cut files is they have score lines. The score lines don't import into your pattern on the part where you're supposed to have the score line, so you have to place them in there. Well, that's fine if you know where to put them, but some of these charts I'm going to have a hard time figuring it out. This one doesn't work quite as good, and the other one, but it does work. So, it's fun. They're fun to make, but they're also kind of a pain in the butt.
She likes it because she keeps doing it, so don't let her fool you.
I wanted to do this other one, but then I couldn't find the tutorial on the Lori Whitlock tutorials on how to do it. So I said, forget it, and then I decided to make this one, and then I had nothing but issues with the first one I made. So then I decided I needed to make 2 more to see if they turned out better, which they did. But that was something. Yeah, along with my scrapbook, which I'm now on, I think, book
15?
No, I think book 6.
Close enough.
6 or 7.
Of
I don't
one
know.
trip.
This is from one trip that my husband and I went on in 2012. But we also went to 7 states, I think, and 7 or 8 national parks. So I have a ton of pictures.
Yeah.
I always
likes to take pictures.
I'm up to Las Vegas, which I have a stack of pictures about that. We'll see about that. Might mean another book. So that one's in several parts because they won't all fit in one. And I don't like to throw pictures out. You know, I like to keep them all for some reason. I have thrown probably a stack of about this many out.
It's pretty good for you.
But I still have a lot. So my only other thing to talk about is Flosstubes I've watched, which Melina says don't read all my list because my list is long.
I mean, you let us know if you want her to read her whole list, and she can do it. I just think it's a lot.
I watch a lot of Flosstube.
I watch some, but I don't know. I can't remember who.
So anyway, I won't read my whole list, but
read your new people.
I'll read my new people.
If she's mentioned you before, she probably watched you. Just keep that in mind.
Maybe.
Probably.
Maybe.
Her list is over a page long.
Yes.
She probably did.
Here's my list.
There, you can pause it and read it if you're really curious.
Yeah, if you want to read it. You can. Anyway, I watched well, obviously, you know, I watched Misty Purcell because I talked about her. But I watched Punta Cruz con Carla. My only problem with her was her whole video was in Spanish, and I don't speak Spanish, so I didn't understand it, but she had a lot of neat projects.
It's visual. You don't necessarily need the words.
So yeah, I didn't really need, and it was short, so that was good. So it wasn't like I was watching an hour-long video in a language that I didn't know. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have watched it. I also watched Long Dog Stitcher, and I don't know, have you watched her?
I don't think so.
I watched hers, and
Maybe.
I can relate to hers because she was talking about stitching houses and how she hates stitching houses. And she's not one of those people who, she was like, I don't understand these people who say they love stitching houses. And I thought, I can relate to that. I'm not necessarily a big house stitcher liker either.
One of the ladies that comes to our stitching night, she brought this chart. She showed us, and she's like, "What is wrong with this? Look at this chart and tell me what's wrong with it. I can't stand it." We're like looking at it, like, what?
We're like, it looks good.
Well, it has a house on it, and the front of the house has like 2 stories of windows, and the side has 3 stories of windows, and they don't match up. Like you couldn't have a house that looked like that, really. And she's like, I'm gonna have to rechart this house. I can't stitch.
She had to rebuild her house.
It was pretty funny. Just reminded me of that house thing.
That was funny. I also watched Amber, the Introverted Stitcher, and I'm sorry, Amber, but I watched that probably after the last Flosstube we filmed, so I don't even remember what it was.
Like 3 weeks ago.
What it was about, because it's been too many. I've slept since then. Packy Knit Design, I watched her, and I don't remember that one either. I watched Rustic Threads, which is Hillary, and she is in the School of Magical Stitches and Literature, along with many, many other people. And she also showed what she worked on for that, and then how she organizes her floss. So that was interesting because I had just watched Crafty Cat Stitcher, and she showed how she organizes her floss and her fabrics and all that kind of thing. So it was kind of interesting to see the difference in how people organize their floss and all that. Millie and I hang up our extra floss on pant hangers.
Fabric.
Or fabric, not floss.
Yeah, it works pretty good though.
Yep.
Because my craft room, which we're in, has a big walk-in closet, so I have plenty of space, and like nobody ever comes in here really but me.
And I hang mine in Melina's old bedroom at my house. So our guest room. Then I watched Pixie Dust, which is Wendy and Stephanie, and they only have 1 video that I know of. Maybe they have 2 by now, I don't know, but they are very brand new. And Stitchy Witch 42, which is Audrey, she said to go watch them because they are in Acorns and Threads stitching group, and a lot of people in that stitching group have made friends with each other, and so a couple of them have broken out and done floss tubes, and that's kind of
cool.
Neat. Well, a lot of people in that group actually do floss tubes, like Pretty Southern, Linda Jo, she does floss tube. Audrey, Stitchy Witch 42, she does floss tube. Kindred Stitcher, Michelle Bindi.
Look at her, she
Bindi
knows
Stitcher.
everybody.
Now I'll go to the Acorns. I watched I think I have more than 90 people on my watch list, so obviously I don't get all of them watched all the time, but I do watch a lot. Then Nancy from Addicted Sisters and Laura said they put a thing on our retreat group that said who's a floss tube, so we can go meet people before we meet at the retreat, which I thought was a neat idea.
It was a good idea.
And so I watched 3 people that had posted that they did floss tubes on there. One of them was Lisa's Stitchin' Stable. She last filmed though in December of 2018, And she was funny. She also got a new Cricut and said she didn't, what I cut my cards with. And she said she didn't really know how to use it really good, but you know, she was going to have to practice with that. So I don't know if she did. Plus another thing about her that I thought relates to me is she said she was diabetic and she was trying to live a healthier lifestyle because she wanted to get off her medication. Well, I also found out I was diabetic and only took the medication for like 3 weeks and got off of it. So I thought that was interesting. So anyway, I watched her. I watched Hanging by a Thread, which is Gina, and Gina is also going to be at our retreat. I really liked her, and she has a cute little dog, little tiny dog. And she has a problem with anxiety, but she actually did go to a different retreat and met a group of people that she was really happy about, that she broke out of her shell and went to the retreat and met these ladies, and now they have a group on Facebook and they get together and, you know,
cool.
Out and stitch. So I thought that was pretty
Yeah.
neat. It's really neat how you can meet people on this through Flosstube and all that, and find out about people and have friends all over the place. Another one is Flissy Fish Cross Stitcher, which is Felicity, and she is Australian.
I watched her, and I added the other people Mom mentioned to my list, but I just didn't get time. So I watched one of Felicity's videos too.
Felicity she did this Elsa that was like big.
I watched her first one. So is it finished in the one you watched?
Yes, and she entered it in this.
I'll have to watch that one.
This,
It
oh
was
my
cool
God.
in the
And it
first
won
video.
a blue ribbon, but it is gorgeous.
I was like, it's a Haid, right? So it's like one of those.
It was beautiful.
It was huge
Yeah.
when I saw it, so I'm sure it was even bigger.
And she does a
finished.
lot of big
Yeah.
things. She's also doing a Dimensions kit, which was shells that I really liked. And she is learning how to, she also did her last one in December, so she's probably better at it now, but she was doing bobbin lace.
Oh,
So she was making a bunch of lace
That's
that
intense.
was, yeah. It was really neat though. It
yeah.
was really
I've
pretty.
watched videos of people just like doing that kind of like it.
Yeah,
It's cool
she
to
has
just
tons
watch
of
it.
pins in there
Yeah.
and lace going every which
Yeah.
way, and
That's
just
cool.
talking about how she messed things up and all that stuff. I don't know. So anyway, those are my latest new people. My other people are,
Go back and pause it if you want to see the rest
yeah,
of them.
if you want to see my list.
It's
I
long.
watch a lot of
I need to steal it and put some of these people on my list probably.
Well, I have my favorites in my list, but I still like to watch a lot of different people,
Yeah.
even though they stitch things that I wouldn't.
I think that's interesting though. That's
Stitch.
one thing I like about it is watching.
Yeah.
Like I like seeing people who stitch Haids because I don't think I will ever. I know people say don't say it, never, but I don't know that I would ever really commit to something that big that would take that long. And it's really cool to watch other people do those. And I don't know. I like it. I like it when people who stitch different stuff, so
Yeah.
you can see
Well,
it.
I like
and
to see it.
Kind
I
of get
mean-
the experience of doing it without actually doing it yourself. Kind of.
Plus, I mean, it's gorgeous, and I like to see it. It's just not necessarily something that I would stitch. Like, I'm not probably ever going to stitch a sampler.
Like one
By
of those
that-
big reproduction.
By
ones.
that winter ABC, that little, like 2.5 by 2.5.
Yeah.
That was a sampler.
Well, it's got the ABCs on it.
Yeah, the ABC. I'm surprised as big as I will get. In a well, I do have a long dog sampler.
She's never gonna do that.
Someday I might do it. I don't know, but I really would like to stitch a Hawk Run Hollow thing.
Which one?
The Halloween one.
Yes, what I
It's my
thought.
favorite
I figured
one.
it would be the Halloween
But-
one. I know. I saw that. I think I saw.
I don't know about it.
on sale somewhere or one of them. And
I
was
did
like,
see it on sale,
but I'm not buying stuff. I'm just sending it to Mom and saying, "Didn't you want this?
Yeah.
Here, you should buy it."
And then my husband goes, "Well, you don't have to buy it. I'll buy it and say it's for you." And I'm like, "Okay."
He's an enabler.
He is an enabler because there are some things that I want to get.
But your birthday's coming up soon.
My birthday is
So-
coming up next month.
Less than a month away.
less than a month away.
And I have news too that I did apply for a new position at my same company and I got that position. So I start that on April 8th. So that'll be a change. I think it will be a good change, but you know, I've had a lot of changes in the last year and this is just like another big life change. But I think I'm going to like the position better than what I'm doing now, which it's not bad, but it's just not kind of what I 100% expected. So I think it'll be good. So April 8th, new job. Hmm?
Yes, and then we have to discuss a few. Like somebody said that, well, I did see this on Instagram, that Jen, the one who stayed up all night and did the 24 hours of stitching,
No.
she's having another thing that you can join in April 5th and 6th, I think it is.
It's a weekend.
It's a weekend, a Friday and Saturday.
Well, that's like right before I start my new job.
Well, it's from 4 p.m. to Friday to 4 p.m. Saturday.
I can't stay up all night the week before I start a new job.
In her thing, it says you don't have to do all 24 hours, but you can say, well, I'm going to do 8 hours.
And break it up.
And then if you do the 8 hours, then you can get entered in for some prizes or whatnot. I don't know.
That would be doable, but I can't stay up all night. I can't. Not the weekend
I
before
don't know.
starting
And
a
then
new job.
plus, our retreat group is having a online pajama party.
Oh, well, yeah, that'll be fun.
So we're going to do that.
Yeah.
I might come over here, or you can come over
Yeah.
to my house or something, and that would be fun.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I don't know how they're going to do it, but
Yeah, I think it will be good. Whatever. I'm down for it.
so anyway, we would like to thank everybody who's a subscriber.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And if you're just joining us, hope you subscribe, and that would be fun. We're over 350 subscribers. I think we have 370 something.
Yeah.
When we get to 500, we're gonna do a giveaway. So
That's news to me, but I'm in.
Now, it might
and
take a
Mom's
while.
really good at commenting back on everybody, and she pretty much handles that because I upload everything. But I do want to say I do read all of your comments, and I appreciate everybody who watches. And I guess I just sometimes I have a little harder time getting out of my shell about stuff. I'm weird, but whatever. I appreciate it, and I still read everything. So
yep. So I try to comment to everybody.
you do a good job.
Unless they're directed at Melina, and then I try.
Then she usually tells me
No,
that there's a
Melina,
comment.
somebody made a comment to you.
Get out there. And then I managed to get there
Did you
eventually.
comment on that one lady?
Yeah,
Comment.
that was Malene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had
That was cool.
Melina from Louisiana. Hi. She said she watched, and Melina's name and her name were
Pretty close. You
Pretty
don't meet a
close.
lot of people with our name, really.
No.
It was weird, though, because the day Mom told me that, I think that same day at work, I was listening to calls for a call study I was doing, and I hear, "Thank you for calling. This is Melina." And I was like, "What? What?"
She's like, no, I didn't call
you
anybody.
you never hear people saying that unless you're saying it when your name's different. So I was kind of like, whoa.
Yeah, that was funny.
Two in the same day of hearing people with the same or similar names. Pretty rare.
So, but anyway, that's all.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for watching.
Thank
I
you,
hope everybody
everybody.
has a great stitching time until we see you later. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.